Hey, everybody, it's time to jump on, do a little live talk on a Sunday morning. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Of course, coming up tonight, it is the Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is game 4 of the series, and this is a pivotal game because the Pacers right now hold a 2-1 lead. They won both games in Cleveland, but then Cleveland came back and took one at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Friday night. The Cavaliers look to even up the score by getting one at Gainbridge tonight in game 4. Pacers have a lot of changes to make if they're going to win this game after they got blown out in game 3. It was a healthy Cavaliers squad that took the floor. Donovan Mitchell was as special as he was in game 2. And so the Pacers have to be much better than they were Friday night. What are some of the keys? Well, number one, the Pacers have to decide they're going to rebound, and they're not going to let the Cleveland Cavaliers pick up 18 offensive rebounds, turning into 20 some second chance points. You just cannot allow that kind of success on the glass for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Pacers have to decide that it is 5-man rebounding. Every guy has to pick a body, keep them away. And it doesn't matter if they're 30 feet from the basket or if they're 5 feet from the basket, because where Cleveland is having the most success is tip outs and long rebounds, because they're able to tip it out. Pacers are trying to leak and try to head down the other way, and the tip outs are being gathered by Cleveland. And so the Pacers have to stay with their man until the rebound is secured, go and get the tipped balls, and box out. They cannot allow the Cavaliers to dominate the glass like they did 18-4 in game number 3. That's the total of offensive rebounds, 18-4. So the Pacers are going to have to be much better. Step number 2, you just can't let Donovan Mitchell continue to score almost at will. This guy's put up 40-plus points in back-to-back games. He's taking advantage of the Pacers' defensive matchups. And again, like I said yesterday on our regular weekly show, Andrew Nembhard is not the defender the Pacers want you to believe that he is. He is not that guy. He is not a stopper. And Jalen Brunson proved it against him last year. And so far in this series, Donovan Mitchell's been taking him to task. And so you've got to figure out. Andrew Nembhard was a minus 32 in 26 minutes on Friday night. He was worse than a -1 per minute. That's awful. And a lot of it is just he's got to take care of things at the defensive end. Now, if Nembhard can balance that by hitting some three-point shots, great. He may have some value on the court, but didn't hit enough of them Friday and didn't do anything to stop Donovan Mitchell. And the big problem is the way the Pacers are playing the ball screen 35 to 40 feet from the basket. You cannot chase the screen. You cannot, when Mitchell goes off that screen, you can't follow Mitchell around the screen, because once you're on the backside of Mitchell, he's got full control of the possession. And he has been scoring by taking it into the paint, keeping Nembhard on his backside, and then getting a floater or finishing at the rim, depending on how the defense aligns. And if the defense converges, then he's got a kick out. You got guys like Max Strus sitting out there just waiting to launch a three-pointer. Pacers have to come up with a better defensive scheme, putting Nembhard man-to-man on Mitchell, not the idea that works. So I think you might have to move Nembhard over to Garland and put Aaron Nesmith on Donovan Mitchell. Pacers have to shoot the ball better. 30% at home for a team that kind of lives and dies by the three, not good enough. I would say they have to be high 30% range, 36, 37, 38% on threes, and just overall get some kind of a game out of Obi Toppin. Toppin has to do it on the glass. Toppin has to do it by being the kick out on the three-pointer, do it in transition, but he wasn't good enough. 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3 in game 3. He is my X factor for tonight's game. Obi Toppin explodes, has one of his 15, 16 point games, 14, 15, 16, gets two or three threes and makes a couple of plays out of transition, maybe picks up 7 or 8 rebounds. Yes, the Pacers are in good shape. But he's kind of my X factor for tonight. I expect Siakam and Turner to play a little bit better. But I think they've got to have somebody that's the X factor. Mathurin was solid in game 3. Halliburton, you expect to be better than he was in game 3. But defensively, Nemard and Neesmith, the N&N boys, they've got to be better. Just have to be better. And the Pacers have to take care of the glass. I think that's the key. I think the Pacers can win this game. In fact, I'm feeling pretty good about taking the Pacers plus 5.5 points at home. I don't think last games matter, and it certainly didn't matter in game 3 when the Pacers won game 2 and Cleveland came back and smoked the Pacers in game 3. I think the Pacers are going to come out with a little more fight, a little more energy. I think they learned a lesson on Friday night that the home crowd is not going to give them points on the scoreboard. They have to go earn those points. They have to use the energy of the crowd in the way they play. It doesn't just automatically happen because they're playing at home. And so I think you'll see a more energized group, a more aggressive group. And if they match that Cleveland intensity, which was pretty high on Friday because Cleveland was desperate to win that game. There was no way Cleveland was going to feel good about being down 3-0 in the series. And so Cleveland had their backs to the wall. They played like a desperate basketball team. Now Cleveland sees that the door has been opened, and now they're going to want to bust through. Pacers need to go up and close that door by having more energy, more intensity, more determination, play every possession, and rebound, rebound, rebound. That's going to be one of the biggest keys in tonight's game. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a glorious Sunday. We're going to come back and have some more videos here soon. But thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to check the channel and subscribe, like, and click the bell while you're at it. On the Sports Rush with Brett Rump, you'll find it at Brett Rump on YouTube. And that's where you go to click that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. Appreciate it very much. Have a great Sunday.